we're going to go ahead and take a look at positioning 3D printing for your industry. My name is Amelia Parada, and I'm with the Markforged team here at MLC CAD Systems. I'm the 3D printer solution specialist. The agenda for today is how big industry players are responding to 3D printing. We're going to discuss which industries are adopting 3D printing. We're going to take a look at who is affected, some of the positives and some of the negatives of 3D printing. And finally, what's in store for the future, because we're all looking forward to what 3D printing can do for us. So positioning 3D printing for your industry. 3D printing has taken over 25 years to mature to what we see it as today. The future is fast becoming a reality when we discuss 3D printing. And in 2016, 3D printing market included metal, plastic, and ceramic. It was a $5 billion industry. So forward-looking companies in a variety of manufacturing industries are now trying to determine whether and how to capitalize on this quickly developing market. According to Jeff Immelt, the chairman and CEO of GE, additive manufacturing is a key part of GE's evolution into a digital company. In July 2016, the company introduced its first additive manufacturing component. This might sound familiar to you if you follow 3D printing at all. However, the company introduced this fuel nozzle for the LEAP jet engine. GE expects to be making 40,000 units per year by 2020. Just a glimpse into the possibility of additive manufacturing in mass production. In the fall of 2016, GE acquired 2 suppliers of additive manufacturing equipment, further signaling its commitment to additive manufacturing. So we're coming upon the 4th industrial revolution, as you can see down in the left corner of my screen there. This has been something that a lot of the industries are watching closely. They're seeing what their competitors in their market are doing, specifically in the automotive, aerospace, and some consumer products. So the big players are really responding properly to what 3D printing can do for them, and they're integrating it, especially metal, more so on the different types of additive manufacturing capabilities that they're wanting to potentially put into their business model. So now we're going to take a look at some of the industries that have adopted 3D printing. I'm just going to focus on 3 of them. There's several across the board, but the 3 we're going to focus on today are automotive, aerospace, and education, kind of where it all starts. New high-strength steels, along with composites and adhesives, are helping to reduce weight and increase strength in modern vehicles. Ford, for example, has been 3D printing prototypes for over 20 years to decrease design time. Recently, the company joined others in investing in a new 3D printing technology to explore using it as a means for production. The main driver in 3D printing for vehicles is not printing the entire vehicle, but a move to 3D print tooling and end-use parts. 3D printing jigs and fixtures can lower costs, providing lighter and more ergonomical tools. Furthermore, it has shown a consistent reduction in lead time by 40 to 90% and reduced costs up to 60%. This is a new trend in the automotive industry for remanufacturing. Composites 3D printing, such as Markforged, using carbon fiber and fiberglass reinforcement, are improving strength on some 3D printable plastics. This is making them more attractive to the automotive market. It's projected that the automotive industry will reach around 530 million by 2021. An important factor will be the rise of composite materials. Now taking a look at aerospace, among the first advocates of 3D printing, the aerospace industry is a driving force in the evolution of this technology for both manufacturing, end-use parts, and prototyping. Airlines depend on 3D printing to alleviate supply chain constraints, limit warehouse space, and reduce wasted materials from traditional manufacturing processes. Rapidly producing aircraft parts on demand saves enormous amounts of time, space, and money. In the picture that we show here, Air ducts, wall panels, seat frameworks, and even engine components have all benefited from reduced weight enabled by 3D printing. According to Apex, one of the aviation industry's top leaders, Airbus now has a record number of 3D printed parts on their new A350XWB aircraft, with over 1,000 plus parts that are 3D printed. The 3D parts on NASA's rover, as you see in the bottom left corner, flame retardant, vents and housings, camera mounts, pod doors, a large part that functions as a front bumper, and many customized fixtures. FDM, or fused deposition modeling, printing, offers complex parts with quick turnaround time, which has helped NASA build customized housings and complex electronics assemblies that are needed to accomplish their goals. With an estimated of $10,000 per pound of material sent to space, it is no wonder why NASA leaned towards 3D printing. In the education space, many of us know 3D printing to be utilized in several different curriculums. 3D printing has an enormous potential and can be integrated into any subject within a school curriculum. 3D printing can greatly assist students' understanding of abstract equations and formulas. Honing 3D printing skills at school and university not only helps students to see, hold, test, and refine their ideas in the real world, but also give them an enormous jumpstart to an exciting technology, which will surely affect many facets of their future jobs and lives. An example here is the Snot Bot, which was actually created by some students at a university, and that is a composite drone landing gear that they designed. The Snot Bot flies over surfaced whales and collects the liquid expelled from their spout. The robot is much less invasive than the traditional tissue collection method, which involves shooting a biopsy arrow at the whale. While using the Snot Bot is a much more effective method, landing the drone on a moving boat with the rough wind conditions nearly always results in a crash. So they went ahead and did several iterations of the landing gear utilizing the piece that you see on the screen there. And the students were able to utilize several different iterations to come up with the best design, helping them gather the data. So this, once again, further solidifies that 3D printing enables teachers to add a level of context and understanding, which is sometimes impossible with 2D resources, and allows students to bring their wildest imaginations to life. So now that we're talking about the industries, let's take a look at some of the positive and negative effects of 3D printing. So we're going to focus on some of the positives. With current manufacturing technologies, consumer products are made in high volume for storage and then distribution. However, with 3D printers, only products that are sold need to be manufactured. This means warehousing of extra inventory is decreased. Overproduction of product will also reduce costs. Another positive is manufacturing options will only be limited by your imagination. Products are fully customizable. You can size and manufacture a product exactly according to your own needs. Thirdly, there will be an increased need for engineers to design products and fabricators to develop and produce printers. Another job created will be for technicians to maintain, use, and repair 3D printers. Additionally, with the cheaper expense of manufacturing, more designers and artists will be able to bring their products to stores. Perhaps we can also have an increase in domestic careers to export products. Now, on the flip side, we're going to take a look at some of the negative aspects. So currently, 3D printing can only manufacture products out of metal, ceramics, resin, and plastic. This is somewhat of a limiting factor. There will be subsequent lawsuits because of infringement. And then thirdly, currently 3D printers are facing a roadblock with size. So far, 3D printers can only produce small products. People are researching bigger machines, but for now, they can only build small parts. The future of 3D printing is honestly unstoppable. In the coming years, 3D printers will be at the heart of full-scale production capabilities in several industries, from aerospace to automotive to healthcare to fashion. Manufacturing as we know it will never be the same. Direct metal printing is getting faster and more capable. With many new technologies are now coming into play, the number of metal alloys that can be 3D printed is on the rise. GE is a major player in the direct metal printing field, and the company predicts that the metal business alone will surpass $1 billion in annual revenue in the next couple years. Complex and highly detailed products critical for the aerospace, automotive, and mechatronic industries will soon be available for production at a fraction of the cost. Companies such as Markforged have received several $100 million of funding to deliver entry-level direct metal systems that print from a metal plastic filament. So with that being said, depending on your industry and depending on your application, where do you stand in the future of 3D printing? Once again, my name is Amelia Parada. I'm a 3D printer solution specialist here at MLC CAD Systems. Thank you so much for your time. Feel free to give me a call at my number listed there or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to discuss the different solutions that we do carry here at MLC CAD Systems.